All right, Clay.
The title is To Take Action or Not. There will always be poor people in the land. Therefore, I command you to be open-handed toward your brothers and toward the poor and needy in your land. This Bible verse is from Deuteronomy 15:11. As explained in this verse, we have the obligation to help the poor and the needy. Poverty is not just affect anyone of a certain race, age, or gender, and it is sweeping through the world, leaving people on welfare, without homes, and without food. We are in the position to serve humanity. To serve humanity is to put others before you and put your own problems aside, to open your heart to others. It does not mean to feel sorry for the less fortunate. It means to take action and to put in the work to make a change. Poverty is the inability to satisfy one's basic needs because of one lacks income to buy services or lack from access to services. There are over 1 billion people who fall under the definition of impoverished. According to the United Nations Development Program, more than 1 billion people live with less than $1 per day. 2.8 billion people, that is almost half of the global population, live with less than $2 per day. 448 million children are underweight. 876 million adults are illiterate, 2/3 of which are women. Every day, 30,000 children under the age of 5 die from avoidable diseases, and more than 1 billion people don't have access to healthy water. According to the Global Issues List, nearly 1 billion people enter the 21st century unable to read or sign their names. Less than 1% of what the world spent every year in weapons could be used to put every child into school, and yet it didn't happen. In other words, we are busy wasting money on how to kill ourselves rather than how to help ourselves. Some people argue that we should not help the poor because it is not our fault. Others also argue if they help the poor, it will encourage the poor to be lazier and just live off welfare and not try to get out of poverty. I believe it's not the right attitude to live by. We're all humans, all of us need help every once in our lives. There are problems in everyone's life sooner or later, from being poor to family problems to problems in the workplace. It might not be as big as a problem as being poor, but everyone needs a helping hand at some point in their life. Just as much as someone needs a helping hand, you should also give a helping hand. Some people just have bad luck and end up impoverished. People don't expect natural disasters to happen to them, but they do. In 2005, Hurricane Katrina caused $108 billion in damage. This disaster redistributed over 1 million people across the United States. To move your whole family is not cheap. And after the hurricane, people didn't have homes to go back to. This is not their fault, it's just bad luck. And some people are just born into poverty and lack the access to good education or employment. In my own experience, I have helped the poor and have seen how they have lived. I've worked at soup kitchens, serving food to the hungry, and seen their sad look on their faces. I've helped at preschools, middle schools, with kids who have nothing and barely get by. Seeing these kids with nothing is very heart-melting. I've even had little children ask me for clothes. It is very sad to see these kids need things as little as clothes. At first I realized how sad it is. Never realized how sad it is to see how these people live. I never actually took the time to think about the poor and the less fortunate. Since my experiences, I have changed my outlook on how I look at others, especially the poor. Acts 20:35 says, "In all things I have shown you that by working hard in this way, we must help the weak and remember the words of the Lord Jesus, how he himself said, 'It is more blessed to give than to receive.' Being poor is not a sin. Poor people should not be made to feel guilty. Everybody should make some effort to fix poverty. As we give to help the culture of poverty, we should feel blessed. We should make a connection to the poor and feel for them. Even if it's just as little as volunteering at soup kitchen, giving out old toys, giving out old clothes. There are many organizations people can participate in to help the poor, and any little thing can help go a long way."